Alright, we'll work on blue for a little bit. Just a tad. I need to order items, do daily stuff. Might work on something, we'll see. I was here earlier, so there's no, like, intro. I was referring to it whilst building stuff. Wouldn't have picked that chicken to be a gossip, but okay. Sorry, I was talking about the weird economics here. Where like 2 sandwich lunches are the price of this bike. It makes no sense. And yet this table is 44,000 bells. I don't know. I thought that was sandwich. No, it's like... I guess it's just a slice of bread. Or cheese? I don't know. That's definitely a salad. Wait, what am I doing? Let's try our luck. I'm gonna be gifting this to everyone, practically. Yes, it's another one. Man, he still won't fork over his photo. Just saying hi. Gotta be all sociable now. Okay, so the thing that I'm ordering here is plant partition because both islands has run out. Oh, well. I guess this one ordered more than I thought. Still. Okay, never mind. There's a replenishment on this island. I guess I can have a look at other stuff. It has been a few days since I was last here, so What's... Oh, shit. Okay. Guess I missed something I was supposed to pick up. Fairly certain that was fake. But this one. This one's real. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but you're sitting in my way. Just do that while I'm here. I guess I can have more of a think about what I need then. Curious what pirate treasure crown is. Put the stupid painting away. It's alright, it's easy enough to spot amongst the other stuff. Oh, it's like a... I see. I mean, that might be nice to put near a museum. It's a good museum candidate. Okay, see, I have this one so many times. Oh, I have this one twice. I would assume the other island has it then if it's in here. I don't know. Well, I'll bring it out anyway. Drop it here on this beach. want to say something. Damn, I mean, I have it, just in... not in blue. Just thinking about to gift it to Mitzi, so then it's matching. Sure. Nah, that's fine. I'm committing to this. Why is it so much easier to scan on the Switch 2 controller? Like, it's instant. As much as I like Hopkins, it's just, man, it works better. At least Mitzi has the same personality as Ollie, so... Bed bath, got it. But yeah, they're perfect opposites of one another. Even down to their clothing. And they are canonically sisters, so... I think I need to invite them one more time. That's fine. Another thing as well that kind of leaned me towards doing it is like I have too much of that. I don't know which personality it is, but the one that's like into toys. I have, I think, 3 villages with basically the same room design. Pumpkins, broccoli, and who else? There's one other. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just those two. Either way. I guess Ken is just normal. I was gonna swap Pate for Derwin as well, just because Derwin's more of a blue duck. Pate was an amiibo scan anyway, so it's the same thing. Wooden mini table? Apparently I didn't have that. What is wooden mini table? Oh, that's a pretty sensible little table. Gotta make sure I have the currency on me. Hi from bed. Hi, Laura from bed. There was another Laura here earlier that wasn't from bed. Do you two know each other? Crap, it's fake again. Why can't it give me the real one? She was on computer playing Dota. Ah. Go on, that was a good game. You're on a losing streak for a while there. Well, that's good. This is why you do it. Why can't this be outside this, though? Oh, that's it? That's not even worth my time. I mean, the problem is this can't be customized. If it could, I would grab them. Then again, I think maybe it expands over time. Alright, let's not commit to this yet. I have all month. It's the thing about those kind of games like Dota is like, the highs are high, but man, the lows are definitely very low. I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm just gonna fulfill the requirement that they're just everywhere. I don't think I've touched anything that has online competitive just with everything. Man, it's been at least 2 years now. Like, not even something like Overwatch. Overwatch probably would have been the last time I touched the game that had online competitive. I mean, that's it. Like, this is fulfilled. Suggestion, DK64 is on Switch. I wouldn't play it on Switch because I actually can play it on that Nintendo 64 thingy I have. It's always been an option. But if you're gonna play it this weekend, that's good. The reason I was torn about that game is just I've always heard that it's just flawed. It's not that it's not fun, it's more the collecting aspect of it. There's things where, like, you gotta constantly swap characters to be able to get everything. And I guess I have to be in a specific mood to want to play that. It'll happen eventually. I haven't played it. I've never played it before. I always have wanted to play it. I have the capability. The console's just sitting literally at my feet. It's on a footrest currently. And the game is like somewhere on the shelf, but I have it. There is a patch you can get for it that makes it so you can swap the characters out on the fly. That kind of makes it less tedious. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, having fun with Yoshi game, and then I got another game that I've been looking forward to and have been putting off until I finish Yoshi game. They have that in the randomizer, Kong swap. Yeah, so that, basically. But I'd need to invest in one of the, flash carts. I guess let's go to the happy home. There's an old face. I remember when I had plans for you. I still wonder how it would have gone if I would have just done one island. Apparently I don't have this one. Do I have any regrets? What do you mean? Like in general or with this? It's a rather broad question. Didn't I say I just wish I did one island? No. I was saying that I remember a time when I had plans for this particular villager, when I just had one island. And I wonder how it would have gone if I had just done one island. Which I guess can be interpreted as a regret. But no, it's more of a I'm curious what path it would have taken. Like, wondering what could have been can be interpreted as a regret. Alright, well, let me have a look. I mean, otherwise it's more simple panel. I don't know if I'm gonna do an arcade. Like, that one just seems obvious. I did that last time. Ooh, maybe... I might have this, though. I should probably check if I have that, but... I do want to do a saloon inside the house. Yeah, it's more, that was the first villager that I had something planned for it from the get-go as soon as I saw it. And then I just threw out that plan to do the whole 2-island thing. I was gonna make him a hut on the beach. And I was gonna make it look like he worked for the airline. Because similar color to the dodos. So I was gonna, yeah, make his house like, yeah, a bungalow sort of thing. I've seen this used as a wall, which is kind of interesting. If you combine this with simple panels and put like a window, it could almost make this seem like it's a 2-story house, but I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, also this. I should get more of these as well. But I just want to see if there's anything that... Yeah, like I look at it and go, okay, I could do something with that. Nothing is super obvious right now. It's been an enjoyable ride. Almost a year. It's 26 days away from it being a whole year. If I would have done one island, that it would have definitely been over a long time ago. It started this 1 year ago almost. Hey Ash, how's it going? Something's not adding up. What's not adding up? Objection to the statement. Public holiday and I'm not taking the extra long weekend. I am. I got the Tuesday off as well. I'm not taking the Friday. Unfortunately, I got something. Your vacation started and you can relax. That's good. I'm on the cusp of a long weekend. I just gotta survive tomorrow. I'm alright. It's just miserable here in Melbourne. It's been raining for almost 2 weeks straight. And it's just been very busy this week, so... I'll be glad when tomorrow's done. I'm just looking at stuff trying to get... ideas. But, I mean, the island has progressed a lot. Well, islands, I guess, they both have. You weren't able to take Friday or Tuesday because your colleagues got in first. Oh, that sucks. Could just call in sick. Just say gastro. It's something that disappears right away and there's no further questions. Unless they want some TMI. And it's the sort of thing you can't go to an office because you'll spread it and it'll be much, much worse. Small team can't do it. I understand. I was in that position too. Still am, to some degree. But there was a time where it was just like, they wanted me to take time off, but I couldn't take time off. So... I'm remote project and can push back. No, but this was like before that. I'm talking... Man, I've been there for ages, but like 10 years ago, when it wasn't remote, where we were working from an office, and there was like 4 of us in the team, like for that particular thing that I work on. In the days of old where I used to turn up in semi-torn clothing, often from a night out. Well, no, that was more like 15 years ago, but I was still working there. But still. Dude, I used to work in a beanbag in the front of the office at the entrance. I'd be in a beanbag. My shoes were Kmart shoes and they'd be stained. I used to buy Kmart shoes because I didn't want my real shoes to get dirty. You'd be surprised how dirty shoes get quickly when you go for a night out. Yeah, I mean, they were cool with it. My boss used to joke that it just made him look like he was running a forward-thinking company, attracting, like, tech startup type people. They'd have headphones in, and yeah, just look like a Silicon Valley sort of dude. Alright, that might be... I mean, alright, I'll buy the arcade items, but, like, I'm not convinced I'm gonna do it. Yeah, this isn't everything as well. Like, there's still items missing. Sticky shoe bottoms after a night out. See, you know. You know what's up. What was I up to? I mean, some of the stuff I already have. I know red needs that, but I could probably just get that through red. Can you see the bed again? Give me a sec. Let me get through the bottom of the list. Oh, you know what? Yes. Alright, these. I don't have any of these, and I've been thinking to do stuff with it. So let's just order a few. There. It's the hospital bed. And then there's the modern one. Hang on, I gotta finish my tea. It's getting lukewarm. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do. What flavor? It's... I gotta look this up every time. I'm sighing, not at the question, but like... This is my favorite tea. I've been drinking it for years. I get asked this question so often, and my brain cannot retain, like, the tea. Meanwhile, the stupid rumor that Australia was almost given up in World War II. Like... that... brain retains perfectly fine. It's a herbal tea. It's lemon balm. Hang on. Ingredients: lemon balm, lavender, rose petals. Holy shit, that's a brilliant idea. Exclamation T. Thank you. Why didn't I think of that before? I'm not kidding. I'm adding that right now. But yeah, it's a nighttime tea. It's good. Winter, this is my go-to. There we go. It's such a simple solution. Okay, anyway. I still got to order things through the normal catalog, but that'll be if I notice stuff missing whilst I'm making stuff. So, I mean, the islands are at the point where the villages are basically locked in. There's just a couple of adjustments I'm making because I invested... I may have invested more in some amoeba to prevent the disaster that was the last villager hunt of like over 200 tickets and not getting anywhere. So... It was pretty much down to the last villager. And so what was going to happen was like I either was going to go with Sid the elephant to match the blue elephant, or I risk it and look for the two cats. And at that point I was like, no, you know what? No. No. And so they have the villagers pretty much. The one change I'm making... No, I didn't skip the cats. See, I have them. I got them. The one change I'm making, Pate is going to be swapped for Derwin so it matches Ketchup better. And the rabbits, I got the rabbit sisters. Still think the elephants would have been better. Sid sucks. I don't like Sid. But I mean, the two rabbits are canonically sisters, so it works. And I've just been working, so like, the houses are in the location they need to be. They match the island better. It's subjective. I'm not having the discussion again. It's like, this is what I've gone with. This is what I want personally. I think they look good, and I'm gonna make them match clothing. So let's see, what do I need to explain? The waterfront is coming along nicely. So, the cats are running a plant place each. Well, I haven't done the interior, it's just kind of a little stall outside. Came up with this little design. I'm gonna put these everywhere. It's like a little mini bank. This entire building stems from this weed being placed on the ground here. As a joke. It's not a grandpa museum, just... Let's just say a particular Texan viewer thought she was being funny and put weed on the way out of my island. And thought I wasn't going to do anything with it and just throw it in the trash, and instead I built an entire Texas diner. Oh yeah, no, and I did it on the other island too. So this building only exists because this was placed down. And yes, I got her to place it on the other island as well. The Chicken Brother restaurants have started going up. So, we'll start to it. It's mainly the central part. I'm working from the central bit and out. The way I solved... Oh yeah, this I did the other day. Little fishing area. Trying to figure out what to do because on the other island it has town hall in a different spot. So the middle ground I came to is each of these structures is in the opposite spot. So this is where the red town hall would be if it was supposed to be placed here. And on red I have this structure where the blue town hall would be. So now it's mirrored. And yeah, I just made it like a recreation center. So it is a mirror. Yeah, boardwalk, kind of amusement area. So ice cream, Ferris wheel. Came up with this building, which is a fake haunted house. That was fun to make. Just a more elaborate version of this. It's like 2 gyroids. I just didn't want to do the usual thing where everyone puts the teacup ride. I wanted something different, so I made like, you know, one of those themed houses. Yeah, I mean, this is even down to the fact that, like, this is supposed to be the bulletin board sign. It has everything in the same spot, like, you know, the radio, a flag, the lamps. It's identical. Just, yeah, I've made it look like this kind of building. Cafe area with a little bakery. Bakery here with cafe. And then the villager living here is going to have like a little kitchen running out. So then both of these places managed here. So this had like a pretty big rework recently. Moved the chickens from the mountains down here. So they're in town with the main chicken restaurant. So it's either going to be next to town hall or the recreation center. It's the original. It burned down. What are you talking about? It burnt down. Nah, it's just a recreation center. It's the opposite. Oh, you're talking about the spooky house. The spooky house is just a fake house. It's like you see those next to rides when you go to carnivals. They have like a portable spooky house. This, yeah, I mean, it has some work, but not really a whole lot. Just kind of set up some campground looking thing. It's placeholdery. I figured out what to do in the basement of red. Much like blue where they're running a lab, red is also running a lab, but it's for the genetic engineering of the Easter rabbit. Let's add a little bit of detail here. They're turning him back to human. No, it's more, I don't like the Easter event. And so, I guess as a joke, I was just like, I don't know what to do with these items. So I threw one in that tube, that big tube item. And then for some reason I remembered that in a particular episode of that 70s show, Red gets stoned and accidentally sells Eric's car. And they're asking him who he sold the car to. And then he's like, he sold it to the Easter Bunny and starts singing an Easter song. And so that's the lore, is like, Red lost his mind. And now wants to spread the cheer of Easter throughout every island. The fact that there was an episode where Red Foreman talked about the Easter Bunny. And, yeah, just an Easter event. I don't know. I thought it was too perfect. So I used that Easter Bunny egg thing and put a bunch of tubes down there, and it's a science lab. So that island is responsible for the Easter Bunny going and visiting everyone and annoying everyone. That's the law. I knew eventually an idea would happen for that. I just wasn't rushing it. I mean, that's pretty much it. Other than there's a KFC in a graveyard because I was talking about how I was putting a restaurant, the fried chicken restaurant, on the island. And someone currently in the chat misinterpreted it as me putting a KFC in the graveyard that I was currently working on. And so I went, fuck it, we're putting a KFC in this graveyard. Yeah, it's like nothing helps you mourn better than the Colonel's 11 secret herbs and spices. It said people go on dates at cemeteries. Yeah, so that's right. I did say that. How does that translate to KFC in the graveyard? Like, how are those two things connected to one another? So why not eat two? But you could say a lot of things. You could say, okay, people go on a date to a cemetery. Why not put an amusement park there? Why not put a movie theater? Just because someone goes on a date to a cemetery doesn't mean the cemetery needs to have food and entertainment. The goths would love that. So just for clarity, right? Like, there is a graveyard somewhere in the suburbs here in Melbourne. And so there is an area that is effectively just gardens. There's no tombstones or anything. It's just gardens. And it's a place where, like, when people go to get buried, there's a place for people to gather, you know? So they can have, like, the ceremony or whatever they need to have there. And then they take them to the actual cemetery and get buried. And so some people have been known to go to those gardens and have dates because it's rather empty and it's a public space. So whilst it's technically part of the cemetery's land, like, they're not having a date in the actual graveyard. But, like, me saying that doesn't mean that I meant that there's KFC and stuff like that there. I'm just saying, people went on a date with a graveyard. Like, they probably took a picnic with them, you know? It's a good idea, though. I mean, there's probably one in close enough proximity. That particular cemetery I'm talking about, straight up across the road from it, there's, like, gambling and food. Now, that's not in the graveyard, but, like, you just have to cross the road and you can go gamble and eat. So I'm sure there's somewhere in the world where there's a graveyard and a KFC just across the road. Anyway, that's it. Red Island has its own little set of things as well, but... I mean, the basement has been completely fleshed out on Red. It's an engineering lab. Well, I finally got these. I'm just trying to duplicate them, so... We're now in the phase where I'm well into the decorating aspect. But also gathering stuff because I'm running out of wood. And iron specifically, so here we are. Chop more trees. I mean, I can only do so much each day. And I am. The problem is I'm using a lot of those sheds for stuff. And each of those takes 1 stack of 30 of each wood type. And so that has eaten my wood supply rather quickly. Same with when I did the graveyard, it basically ate all my stone up. So, yeah. There's been some good progress. A lot of the stuff has only been the last month or so. It's happened. And yeah, I still say it at the end of this, just explaining this whole thing is easily going to be half an hour of talking. I do have plenty of tickets that I could go use them on. But for now, I'm not rushing it. It's fine. It's only if it gets really dire. What's up? Ugh, fine. Yeah, let's just get it over. High card, low card. I found Boris and 4 tickets. Rather lucky pig. Not a word. I know there are multiple things people can say right now, depending on how old you are. Yeah, I know. I expected someone to say 6-7. Losing on 6-7. A millennial losing on 6-7. I know. He interrupted my wood cutting for that. The island looks good. Thanks. It is starting to take shape. Particularly around the center part. It's actually fleshed out in a lot of ways. The one thing that I'm still trying to think, like, what I'm going to do is the two museums. They're not technically the same. Just the piece of land that they're on, whilst in the same position, they can't be identical. So I have been trying to come up with, like, a solution to that. Part of me is tempted to just level the place and go with something that I can make the size and everything identical. It's just I have to do it within the constraints of whatever the land is on red. But that, I mean, it's a lot of effort. It's similar to what I had to do here. I had to reorganize a couple things just because some of this was not possible to do. But eventually I got it to, like, be a mirror to some degree. Very close to this being a year old. The other than a month, this will have officially gone for like about a year. Do a lap and just shake the stuff before I go to it with an axe. I suppose I should also collect these. It's almost time that they disappear, and I do have a couple of recipes that I'd probably want. Well, particularly the pine cones, because they make those little bonsai trees. Bonsai. And then there's the other thing where I don't want to show this island off when it's winter. Which kind of puts me in an awkward spot because it's like, okay, do I really want to play this for another 3 months? Can I stretch this out to be another 3 months? I'm not entirely sure. Unless I slow down and just not play this as often. It's that I don't think it's gonna look good in winter. I don't like winter as a season visually. I could skip time forward, but then that just feels like cheating. Something I've avoided this entire time, so I don't know. Is it cheating if I've done no? See, that is the question. And depending on where you stand on personal philosophies, to some it'll be okay, and to some it'll be cheating. I'm only talking to you because I still want your photo. I'm trying my hardest, but they just will not hand it over. Neither of the chicken brothers want to give up their photo. Don't sit there. You know what's about to happen. Okay, never mind. If I did all I want to do, I should set it to the season I want to end it on. Or I could just not finish it and just leave it for 3 months and then be like, alright, this is a finale 3 months later. When no one cares anymore. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll let future me worry about that one. I'm sure, much like what was happening in the basement on the other island, I figured that out eventually. The answer became clear. It's okay. I don't have to think about it. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do. Just building wise. I don't want to make this just resource gathering. I still want to play Yoshi tonight. Yoshi's not going to get shafted. But I need this to just go for a little bit longer before it's like the bare minimum of what I consider a VOD. I was watching someone else play it, and, you know, I am behaving myself compared to some people. I know one of the creatures I literally named Herpes. But I've seen far worse. I guess I'm behaving myself. I suppose it's the fun of that game. Ah, crap. I can't outrun. I can't outrun this. I wasn't trying to run away, I'm just running down to where I have my stuff. I've accepted my fate. It's pretty much running down just to make treatment already. Wait, why did I make bait? This looks the same. By the way, don't those things disappear in the snow? Like, isn't cold weather really bad for them? Or am I wrong? I thought they're the kind of thing that just, when winter hits, they're not to be found. Okay. I'm gonna do that from now on. Anytime there's a frequently asked question that I forget the answer to, I'm gonna make it a command. You know what's gonna happen now, right? Like, it's like now I'm gonna remember it. I'm gonna remember that it's lavender, lemon balm, and rose petals. See, I just remembered it. That's not me being funny and looking it up. That genuinely, I remembered it. I shook these trees, right? I don't remember. I think one of these nights I'm just gonna have the Switch 2 in my lap and just shake pine trees to get a bunch of pine cones. Oh yeah, why isn't red 5-star? I haven't seen one of those flowers pop up on red yet. That makes no sense. The two islands are pretty similar. Good. No, love that. 3 pieces of normal wood. Alright, it's being nice to me. Alright. I gotta go deliver this present before I forget. Hello, Quirky Sloth Gaming. How are you? Yeah, this is the house, right? I don't remember where I moved them. It is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the reason Hopkins is getting the boot. They're just kind of identical. It's alright. The new rabbit will make more sense. Alright, where's Ken? Ken. There you are. Alright, that's done. Okay, I need to think what I'm gonna do for today. Now that all the random stuff is done. Alright, that's good. I got 47 of the wood that I have the least. Oh, I just saw there was more softwood. It's fine. Alright, let me have a look around. I'll find something. I did order a treadmill for here. Okay, no, that's one thing I can detail a bit more, I guess. Because it's not quite mirrored yet. Oh, that scared me for a sec. It's not Father's Day in Australia. It's done on a different date here. So I don't have to worry about that. Do I have one of these? Let me go see. I would assume it would be here, no? Just that's one of those weird ones that doesn't turn up that often. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay. Just got one. I won't commit to it yet. I was thinking more plant partitions, but I think I got a few. No, it has to be plant partition. Fine. Let's see, I need one here. Where's the wooden one? Oh, I gotta put a gyro in charge of that. Alright, let me go get a gyro out. Which one would look like... Wait, what the hell? I've never seen that one before. Wait, I could put that one in charge of the coffee place. But like... I would need two of them. Is it hard to get this one? Alright, I'll worry about it later. Someone that sells ice cream. And I guess I have to have two of them, so... Laser Road. How do you look like in blue? I've never seen the Brewster gyroid, but then again, I always stop getting gyroids because I get tired of them. Only once when you visit 50 times. No kidding. Okay, so I can acquire it for both islands, though. Oh, see, there's no blue one. Okay. Alright. But then with the last island I did where the gyroids were running the little place as a business, that's what I use them for now. I make them run the little shops. I also make it look like they may or may not be cooking in a basement. I just want to see if there's a red one for this. It's part of the problem. Okay, close enough. Pink is fine. Red or pink. As long as there is an equivalent. Because I have to do this on the other island. I guess every time I say that I can't find a use for something, I find a use for it. Last time it was, oh, I don't know what to do with gyroids. I came up with a use for gyroids. This time it was, I don't think I'll ever use the Easter items for anything. And then I came up with a horror story as to why the Easter stuff exists. Oh, I suppose I should put a cash register here, huh? Yeah. Hold on. I may also need to go spend some money at Red just to get, like, one of those ice creams you can put down. Where are they? I bought a whole bunch of these. Because the other island was selling them, and now I will never run out of them. Yeah, take that. Do I have ice cream at all? Probably not. It's okay, I can just make a trip over. It's in this category, right? Like the little consumable ice cream. Or is it? No, it might even be here. Ah, yeah, here it is. I'm wrong. Yep. Perfect. I actually really like that. That looks like an ice cream salesperson. Looks really derpy. There is one thing, actually, that's missing from this that I just thought of. I don't know how I would hide it, though. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do, maybe I do, maybe I do. I know how I can hide it. Okay, hang on. He's good at his job, he got your attention right away. That's it. I need a music player. I mean, it's not a crazy idea. Oh! Ugh, you know, there's a couple things I want more than anything else in the next Animal Crossing game. Number one, you know, just seamless multiplayer. Just being able to join an island and not go through the whole thing where you have to wait 3 minutes for a player to join. But also just being able to go, hey, whenever I touch anything, whether it be furniture or flooring, don't make me pick it up / erase it. Because I don't want to. Just that would be great. Just lock the island down. I'm not interested in editing it. Much like you start construction for terraforming, just start construction for placing and erasing. It drives me crazy how many times I accidentally ruin something. Okay, so I can hide it. I just don't know if I'll be able to hear it. I think this is a clever way to do it. There is room. Don't lie. Guess I want it here more than anything else. Okay, so... Or picking up flowers when they're near an object that you want to move. Exactly. The thing that I can't get over is, like, how many buttons does a controller have? Like, that isn't a D-pad or a control stick? It has 8. There's 8 buttons on a controller, and yet one button does 12 things. I just want to hear if you can hear this at the front. Not really. I mean, you barely. There's a way to do this. It's very specific. Where am I? Okay, I'm here. I know I'm breaking it a little, but, like, I want this. Oh, I might actually be able to pull this off. If I get a second one and put it on the other side, then it would be mirrored. Oh, it closes. Oh, that's cool. Okay, this actually works. Please tell me it fits. No, I just have to pull it back one, I think. Or do I? Hang on. Maybe it's fine either way. Like, I just have to do this. I'll make this change to the design if it lets me do this. That'll look cool. Because it looks like it blends in with the sign and is playing the spooky music. Alright, I'm doing that. That's cool. How do I get down? Where do I get down? Yeah. And then I'll just put some nicer music either side. Like maybe a radio or something here. So then it only happens when you're in front of this building. That's cool. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner, but that's what happens. Not all ideas come at once. And it's a good thing I bought a few of these so I can just pass them on to Red and repeat it. Pretty proud of this. Probably the most creative building I've done here. Yeah, that's it. And just patch this up. There we go. Yeah, seamless multiplayer. That's the thing that I want the most, is just being able to open a menu and then click an icon like something like this. And here's my friends list and who has their island open, and then just join. That's all it needs to be. None of this ding, ding, ding. Just... I think that's the curse of this game, is like it became such an unexpected success that they just weren't ready for multiplayer. They didn't think multiplayer would be as necessary or as a big deal, I think. Yeah, you can hear it. Okay. I like it. That's a good change. And I guess I'll just get... get a radio or something out. I mean, even that's fine. Ooh, that one, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Please better daytime music. It depends. Some of it's okay, but I get what you mean. There's definitely been better. Like the stuff in New Leaf, for example. I think that has better music in general. I guess I can control the music just by placing it here. Well, it sounds like camp music. No, that song drives me crazy. One thing I'm surprised they don't do is just... Like, I appreciate that they come up with new music every game, but... If they could make it so it rotates the music from every game that they've done so far, So then, you know, on one particular day, you might hear 1 p.m. music from New Leaf, and then on another day, it would be from New Horizons. Like, that would be nice. Then it would just feel varied. But just being able to make a playlist on music players. Yeah, I mean, that started to become more commonplace in games, so maybe it might make its way over. Though, mind you, now that you say that, the Metroid game, the one that came out at the end of last year, that had a music player functionality. And that would have been great, except for the fact that it was locked behind an amiibo. God, they would probably do the same thing for this. Make your own playlists, but locked behind amiibos. This is the only game you've played with no music game settings. Yeah. Nintendo and settings. They're just not a thing. With the exception of the Kirby Air Riders game, that has a lot of settings for a Nintendo game. Wait, that's insane. Yeah, that's what they did. And you know what the worst part is? That game had a big desert area where it was just empty and you had to interact with it constantly. And the music for it was just basically Breath of the Wild. Even worse than Breath of the Wild's, like, minimal stuff. I at least enjoyed Breath of the Wild's minimal stuff. You're riding around in a motorcycle, and the one time you would want, like, a radio playing Metroid music would be then. Nintendo's like, nope, that's $30 more, please. And some people, the way they defended that, they were like, no, but you can get it for free. You just have to finish the game. Like, yeah, dude, but when I finish the game, I'm not gonna play it anymore. Like, what do you mean? Anyway. It's not bad. I like this. I'll put a bench here. So that makes sense. Well, the music app thing, I think that's just them... just... probably... And there's no way to confirm it, but, like, given their history of just not liking when YouTubers make money off their stuff without them taking a cut. Because remember, once upon a time, uploading footage of Nintendo games, they would take all your money. They wouldn't let you monetize, and then they changed that policy. But, like, I think they probably, I would imagine, saw that music channels that featured Nintendo music were popular, and were like, well, why can't we have this for ourselves? Which is fine, but, like, when the alternative is an app that is theirs and not putting it on, say, Spotify or Apple Music or the stuff that people actually use, that's just annoying, man. You're just being annoying. I'd be okay with them striking those channels down, provided, you know, they let people listen to that music on stuff that people that listen to music on, you know? I don't know. I love their games, but they're constantly doing things where it just... There's a little bit of self-loathing in being a Nintendo fan, let's just say that. Yeah, when I mean on stuff that people listen, I mean like Spotify. Or hell, even YouTube Music. Like, they have an official Nintendo channel. If all their music was available on there, then fine. That's an alternative. But instead, it's like, nah, you have to download our music app that only has our music on it and nothing else. And so you're only going to be using that music app if you're really in a mood to listen to Nintendo music. Do I have the other one? Oh, I have the other one. Good. Anyway. Can't rule it out. I'm just really not expecting much, you know? The bar is rather low. Nintendo stuff doesn't have achievements yet, you know? And I'm not convinced it ever will. Yeah, I mean, just a little space filler. I guess I'll get another trash can and place it there. Just someone sitting on the bench listening to music, so then it drowns out this. I hope I have Dirge on the other island. I'm gonna have to request it. Man, I love how I got distracted from what I did. Like, I was pulling out plant partitions. Get out of my way. Oh, but then... it can't work that way, can it? Because this is technically... no, I can't do that. I can do it over here. Nah, ignore me. I can't touch it. It's okay. I did some other stuff instead. And the only achievement you can see is how long you have the subscription. Is that really a thing? That would be funny. Like they keep track of that. I mean, Steam does it. You have like a little badge on your profile. It does? Man, it's like, that just annoys me even more. It's like, they have a way to set something like that up. I mean, people have been asking for this for a very long time. Since the Xbox era, when those achievements were starting to release. If you go in your profile, it'll say in the corner. Huh. I never knew that. But see, that's how little incentive I have to check my Nintendo profile. Because there's nothing else like that on it. I finished recently the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. And you know, I had the game on Switch. I didn't play it on Switch. Why? Because I wanted that badge of honor that proved I got everything and 100% that game once and for all. On stream. And so I got the Steam version, despite already owning it on Switch. It was straight up achievements that made me get the Steam version. So, yeah. Alright, I mean, I wanted lighting here, but it unfortunately can't fit there. Wasn't that one of the requirements to get the Switch 2? You had to have a subscription for a year. To reserve one through Nintendo, you did. That's just to prevent scalping. It wasn't a thing that was permanent. It was just to ensure that people that wanted one could get one. From Nintendo. It wasn't all retailers. That's insane. Not really. It's to prevent scalping. Like, that's how I got my Switch 2. Yeah, I just was able to get one because scalpers didn't beat me to it. And then they got rid of it once, you know, that initial thing was done. Now there's no requirement. What if you want a Switch 2 and you didn't have the sub? Well, you could get it from another retailer. It wasn't all retailers. It was just specifically the ones that you ordered through Nintendo were like, okay, you can't get this anywhere else. You're going to pay full retail for it. And they just have a system in where it's like, it doesn't work for everyone. I get it. There are people that would be left out. But at the very least, it prevents scalpers from getting it. And I think that's fine. It's either let some people that are fans get it, or let just only people that aren't fans get it, and try to sell it for like double the price. So it's a damned if you do and damned if you don't sort of thing. But I think there's more good than evil in that decision. Do I not have any trash cans? Yeah, it's just Nintendo.com that had it, not everywhere. It was just for people who really wanted one to have an avenue to be able to get one without having a scalper swipe it, you know? Apparently I don't have any more of those trash cans. Sometimes this is the problem as well, is like this starts blending in with one another. And I don't know what Helen has what item. Okay, I don't have the one I want, so I'm gonna have to order more. I'll do that now. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Nintendo... They're just weird. There's no other way to put it. Not having achievements, that's weird. Still having friend codes instead of just usernames like everyone else, that's weird. Oh, see, I want... Oh, wait, no, but it's not on this island that I want it. It's the other island. Stop. I'm not even gonna begin to go down the path of, like, just how their games work sometimes when it comes to menus and repetitive tasks. Like, yeah, that's my job, and my job is to look at design stuff and also look at things and go, okay, is this too complicated for people? Could this be made simpler? Could we reduce the number of steps required, maybe? That's my job. This game drives me insane sometimes because I just look at it and go, there's no way they don't have someone doing this. Like... It doesn't take much to figure out that trying to buy rugs from Sahara can take you 20 minutes if you want like 10 of them. And it's stuff like that that just... Oh man, it kills me every time. I still don't know what I'm going to place here. I've been thinking about it. Kind of like an empty spot. I did say flower stall, but then... when I moved the mouse back here, I was like, no, the mouse should sell flowers in a field back here. So that idea's out. And then it would make sense because of the hyacinth lamps, but I don't know. I could use the Splatoon sign to make like another specific sign. Like that's another option because that is a good item and you can actually make like a billboard with that now. But it's committing 3 patterns for one thing, so I'm not sure. I was thinking of setting up a little flower cart specifically. But, yeah, I don't know. I need to think on that more. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've hit the rocks today. Let's go hit the rocks. I think it's almost time for Yoshi. I did a little stuff. It's not building, but... So one thing I wanted to do here was make like a little shack here and put a gyro that looks lazy. So that's the foreman just sitting here while everyone else works hard. But I have yet to see a gyro that fits that description. I think these are my favorite ones because they look like they're just operating something. Actually profiting off everyone. That's actually working. Yeah. I'm not trying to generalize construction workers. I know some of them work very hard. But I've also seen cases where, like, I'm driving past a place where they're working on, and there's like 6 of them standing around one person doing something. So, I don't know. I have family that work construction, so... As a teenager, I would get taken to jobs sometimes. That's how I made a little pocket money. Ugh, man, one day I had to help my uncle move a bunch of bricks. That sucked. Yeah, I'll figure it out. And then, okay, is there anything like a tumbleweed item? I need more things to fill out the desert other than skeletons. I need to have a look at that catalog that has every item in the game. When you thought cleaning the house was hard work for pocket money. Man, I cleaned the house and I didn't get pocket money for cleaning the house. I mean, we'd get pocket money, but not specifically for cleaning the house. That was more of a thing where we got taught that that's something you need to do and you need to get used to doing. Because one day you're going to need to do that for yourself. And not make it a thing where it's like, it's a behavior that's rewarded by payment. You'd only get it if you cleaned. I can't remember what the circumstances were. I think if generally we did our homework and didn't get into trouble, which sometimes, yeah. With me and my brother, yeah. At Mother's Day this year, I was just reminiscing about, like, raising us. And she was talking about how well-behaved me and my brother were at times. Sometimes we're terrible. But she was talking about, like, how difficult it was to go shopping with me and my brother. Like, when we were little kids, and they had first come to Australia, you know. There were no babysitters that they could leave us with. It was just me and him. And so what my mom would do, she knew some of the shopkeepers just because she'd shop at that market constantly. But she'd get a box from one of the shopkeepers, tell them, hey, my kids are going to be here. Like, they'll be fine. But just know, you know, like, if any of them tries to do something silly, just tell them off. But we wouldn't. So she would sit me on a box, and my brother would be in the pram, and she'd like get on one knee and tell me that if I was good and looked after my brother, I'd get a donut with my brother afterwards. And so there we were, me probably the age of 4, my brother at the age of 2. She'd go and do the shopping because lugging around a pram and then a 4-year-old by one hand was just, it was hard. And yeah, man, we'd just sit there and we'd get a donut afterwards. Some of my earliest memories, like age 4, 5, being at that market sitting on a box and getting that donut. And then as we grew older, you know, she would make us wait outside of one of the supermarkets because when we'd go in, we'd like run off like maniacs and want stuff, and she just didn't want to buy us stuff because it's like a budget, right? You gotta stay strict to it. So again, she'd do the same thing. She'd be like, hey, like, you know, sit out here and then you guys can have like a chocolate I'll buy you or something. And since she was saying you boys were so good with that, like that you'd actually stay seated. And then my brother started laughing and she asked him what. And she was like, I don't think you know this, Mom, but like quite literally the moment you would leave to go into that supermarket, Will would turn to me and go, you have 2 minutes. And I would go downstairs to Kmart to look at some games for 2 minutes. Then I'd come back up and then he'd do it. And that's what we did whilst you were shopping. We went to other stores and looked at shit. We never sat still. And then if you came back and one of us was missing, the other would distract you until the other one got back. And she never knew we did that. She figured we were good. I mean, we were. It's just for something like that, we got bored. And yeah, me and my brother stuck together. Because we knew that if one of us got in trouble, we both got into trouble, so. Your mom left you in an aisle when you made a tantrum once. Never happened again, apparently. Yeah. I was a good kid and a terrible kid at the same time. There were times I'd get into trouble and my mom would like discipline me and my brother. And then there were times where we'd do something and she would try to discipline us, but she couldn't because she'd be laughing because it was actually funny. I guess I can hide a music player here to give the chicken restaurant a theme. I have to think about that. Alright, I think I've done everything I want today for this. I know it wasn't any building, really. It's just touching up a couple things. But yeah, I needed to collect wood and stuff. Yeah, I'm looking at the time. It's 10 PM, so that'll give me some solid time for Yoshi. Alright, if you're watching this later on the VOD's channel, thanks for sticking around to the end. Leave a like if you feel like it. Thanks for watching.